Matthew 23, 1 through 36. Christians are experts when it comes to the Bible and the teachings of Jesus Christ. You should do everything they teach you, but you should not do as they do, for they say one thing and do another. They pile heavy burdens on people's shoulders, but never offer any respite or aid. Everything they do is just to make themselves look good to others. They quote from the Bible and wear their cross necklaces. They're proud of the dishes they bring to church potlucks and are there in the pews every Sunday with their thoughts and prayers. And they love being recognized as paragons of their community. But they don't realize that they're only human beings sprung forth from the one, the Creator, the only paragon. There is no model of excellence or perfection but God. And on earth, we are all children of the divine, eternal progenitor. None of us is master to any of the others. We should seek only to serve. If you see yourself as better than others, you will one day be humbled. But those who humble themselves will be all the better for it. So woe unto you, dear Christians. You're nothing but hypocrites. You bar up the gates of heaven as you stand outside them, keeping anyone else from entering. You travel to other countries you see as impoverished and starved, to convert the godless. But once there, you make your followers twice as fit for hell as you are. You seek to lead others, but you have never known the way. You fill up the offering plate each week, but begrudge your neighbor a kind word. Which is greater, a donation to keep the heat on in the church, or the warmth of a hug to one forced to sleep outside? You offer up prayers during worship each Sunday, but on every other day, those prayers are never coupled with action. Which is greater, to ask for God to intercede to save someone who is drowning, or to be God's hands and feet and save them yourself? Jesus called you to bear your cross and follow. He is disgusted with your bystander prayers. You are eager to tithe to your church, reverently calculating your 10%. And yet, you have neglected God's calls to fight for justice, to show mercy, to love your neighbor as yourself, and to even love your so-called enemy. Be grateful for your blessings, yes, but seek to actualize God's heaven on earth. You address the splinter, but neglect the beam. You wash and polish the outsides of your cups, but inside you leave nothing but greed and selfishness. If only you'd attend to the insides of the cups, you'd see the outsides glisten and shine. You're like finely etched marble tombstones at diligently maintained gravesites. On the surface, they're beautiful, but they cover decaying coffins full of decomposing flesh and bones. Your outside appears beautiful, but it only covers up your rotting, corrupted insides. You worship each Sunday, coming together to sing hymns of welcome and belonging. You proclaim all means all, but you shun the same people Jesus would have proudly had at his table. You see yourselves as followers of his gospel, calling others to God in his name, but you are just like those who called for his crucifixion. You do not fight for and protect the widow, the orphan, the immigrant, or the one forced to sleep on your doorstep in the rain. You do not do this for the least of these among you. What makes you think you would do it for Christ? Every day, you are given the opportunity to see God in the face of another, and every day, you spit in those faces you see. God comes to you in the form of the homeless, the destitute, the abused, the struggling, and the sick. You take out restraining orders. Send cease and desist letters. Prop up abusers and then become abusers yourselves. You wait for Jesus' return, but you stand side by side with your ancestors who first nailed him to the cross.